Well, GM, G,
To the
M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Ham fam, Forging Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pivoters, pioneers, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out and anyone in between. Welcome back and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forging Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, before we get to diving down those rabbit holes, I gotta make you aware of a few things. Number one, it is a magnificent Monday morning. November the 11th, 2024. And I hope you're ready to wake up like never before. Because here on episode 608, we aren't going to hesitate. We aren't going to debate. We're going to get this day started with fire, with energy, with nothing but good vibrations to help you get going, moving, and shaking on this Monday morning. But before we go any further, before we get that motivation flowing, that inspiration going, and those good vibrations pumping, I must humbly ask each and every one of you to do a few things if you haven't already. maybe you could take a quick second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you currently adjusted the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell and that like button too, that notification bell, so you never miss the start of any live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And that like button if you're enjoying the show. If you're watching the show over on Rumble, hit that notification bell, hit a follow, and hit that like button too one time for the one time. If you're watching on X, hit a like, hit a repost, hell, even hit a quote post. Let the people know on the X timeline why you're tuned in live in prime time here to Forge and Fuel this morning. And if you're listening to this show on your favorite podcast directory, like Apple Music, Amazon Music, or maybe even Spotify, maybe you could give us a follow or potentially a 5-star rating over there, as it only helps us to continue to grow and flow on all those platforms too. We can't thank you enough. Each and every one of you that are smashing the hell out of those buttons this morning, helping us get going and flowing on this beautiful Veterans Day. That's right. I'm going to mention some stuff here shortly, but we can't thank you enough. And if you haven't done that yet, if you're sitting there thinking, why would I hit those buttons?
Be rude.
Well, first of all, as number 45 and soon to be 47, well, obviously 47, just not all the way 47 yet. Just told you, don't be rude, be nice. However, maybe the show makes you laugh. Maybe it makes you cry. Maybe it makes you think. Maybe it makes you go, I ain't never thought of it that way before. Let me pick my brain off the ground and put it back in my ear. Well, if so, don't be a hoe, share the show. Be a friend, tell a friend, and let somebody know. And we will proceed with this morning's flow. My friends, I've said us. I've said we. I've said boys a few times. But I'm the only one you've seen on this screen. However, you have heard a little soundboard action this morning. That means Mr. Producer is here with us live in prime time. Shout out to DWEZYY, my guy. Oh, yeah. And also, there's another man with us. Another man that without his perspective here on this morning's show, I don't know if we'd be able to catch the flow and continue to go. So without further ado, my friends, please welcome in to episode 608, the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club, the lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will. A professional DJ coming off an electric weekend set via GAC Radio Live and Twitch, if you follow him over there too. He has so many songs in that doggone repertoire that when he starts to spin a couple of tracks, it is hard for you not to shimmy those shoulders and sway those hips and feel that beat, making him a human iPod.
What?
A purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
A curator of high-level energies.
What?
A certified PLP pusher.
What?
My friends, he is the traveling man, always getting on a tin can to fly over this flat plane and go complete a mission in some foreign land.
What?
The president of St. Louis, Missouri.
What?
The jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren driving.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
Jesus peace dangling.
What?
The one and only.
What?
With an emphasis on the one. He's DJ Swirl One.
Woo!
Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing?
How do you not enjoy that kind of intro? It's got to be, if you're not smiling and all fired up by the time you hit the camera, you're just not living. You're not living. Great morning, Forge and Fuel fam. I am so excited to be here. It's Monday. I've been up for a while, ready to rock, man. Hey, while he was talking, I was smashing that like button and that repost. Everybody who posted it, I've already reposted. I've already been in there. I see you guys. So thank you very much for that. And I said hi to everybody in the chat as well. Look, trying to up my game every day. Be more interactive. Just a little bit more interactive. Back and forth on this show. You know what I mean? However, you could go a step further than I could because I don't like to touch my phone right now, get involved and be like this the whole time. But you could send out a text. Maybe you could click the link and send it to somebody in your Facebook messages. Maybe your direct messages on X. Maybe you're sending it over on Rumble. Hey, wherever you send it, it would be much appreciated if you would tell somebody today about the show. Whether you said it verbally or you send it in text form, I'm okay with that. All right. Extra, read all about it. Water will help you through your day. So make sure you get some of that in you, because this right here, 32 ounces right here, ready to rock and roll. So, that's pretty much going to keep me nice and hydrated, thinking my brain's going to be, wow, nice and wide awake and vibrant today, because I've got some juices flowing. Now, but beyond that, how about this coffee? What about them grandpas, man? We're hanging out tonight with the grandpas. Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Good morning,
Well, I go, once I'm home, it's easy. I got it's all right here, right?
Ooh.
So get some of that, right? I'm just telling you guys right now, it's going to be a great show. We're kicking it off, fired up. You're going to be the person you've been destined to become, but you can't get there yet because we're not quite to that point. We got some other things. Shout out to DZ. Shout out to Grammy P. Angel SD. Let's go.
Shout out Swirl One. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for bringing the vibes. Thanks for bringing the energy. You know how I do. Hey, I got to get those intros, man. That's part of my game. That's it. We got to get the people hyped up before they come live in prime time on the show. I mean, how would it be if I just, all right, everybody, get ready now. Joining us, the co-host of the program, Swirl One. And you know what I can't stand either, too, is when people have guests on or they have co-hosts and they got to read, like, this person did this. You're telling me you don't know that, but you don't know what that person does? Just say a couple funny fucking things. Rhyme, standout significant other, magnificent man, legendary leader. I just rhyme some shit together, make it sound funny, have a little energy, and bring a person on. I'm not giving. I just gave you away my secret.
Study before you get on your show with that person so you knew exactly who they were. So you didn't have to look at anything. You're like, hey, I've been paying attention to this guy for weeks. I know what he does. He has this. He does that. Oh, yeah, by the way, you didn't know I knew this. Thanks. Hey, here you go. Right? And all of a sudden they're like, damn.
What a novel idea.
Show. I like
what this. A novel idea that is. Who's to say, who's to know? Well, hey, Swirl One.
Nope.
Before we get into the usual stuff, man, we got to shout out a specific special group of humming beans. It is 11/11/24. Also, this episode brought to you by H2O. 11/11. Hey, 11/11/24. This might be a special show. There might be some, I don't know. This is some vibes. But you might notice behind me here today is Veterans Day. And something that is incredibly special to me is my grandpa Walt's dress blues. He has passed on to the next life. He is no longer with us. But that is something I got from him. And he was a sergeant E5 in the Marine Corps. And, for all you Marines out there, I just got to get it out one time. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First, a fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Woo! Happy birthday! Well, not birthday, Marines, but it's not the Marine birthday. Shout out to all you veterans.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
I was pretty solid, man. I'm not going to lie. That was damn good.
Hey, Grandpa Walt used to sing that to me when we were riding in the Audi on the way, and he'd say, this is the Marine Corps hymn. This right here is what it's all about. From the halls of Mont. He'd love to sing that. Oh, that was his favorite thing ever. Give him a little rendition on the Veterans Day.
I'm glad that it stuck with you because I enjoyed that rendition.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all the Marines. Shout out to all the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Coast Guard, anything I'm missing. I know there's the Space Force now. Shout out to all of you. Thank you.
Shout out to Space Force. That's
surprise,
pretty cool,
motherfucker.
The more you think about that, the more forward thinking you're like, okay, now that was cool. I'm glad somebody's thinking.
And
they probably call it the Firmament Force, though. FF. I'm just saying. Oh, shit. Right? Oh, shit.
He's coming around, Ted.
He's coming around or what?
Woo! He's coming around. Oh, baby, the Firmament Force. I like the rename. I'm down with it. I'm down with the get down. But, most gave some gave all. And I appreciate each and every one of you who have defended our country and our freedoms. And, today, you're going to have the urge to say, oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Why don't you try saying something different than everybody else? Stopping that person. You're going to see a veteran wearing a hat today. You're going to see somebody. stop them, shake their hand, look them in the eye, and say, thank you for defending our country and our freedoms. Or if they're from Vietnam, look them square in the eye and say, welcome home.
Welcome home. Yeah, dude. As a matter of fact, I'm sending a text right now because
that group of humming beings
right now. Look, see, I'm sending a text right now.
That group of humming beings, many of them did not get welcome home. Many of them were spit on. Many of them were thought of as trash. Many of them still are. So welcome them home. Give them a handshake. Give them a hug. Whatever it might be. Set the standard today. We set the fucking standard. We talk about this all the time. Set the standard again today on Veterans Day. So shout out each and every one of you who have served. We appreciate you on this beautiful Veterans Day Monday. But let's get this show rocking and a rolling, my friends. That was a little something separate from the usual. Let's get into the usual. Pour up a little dose of laughter, a little funny ha-ha, a little knee slapper, if you will. See, some of you are fans of football. Others of you are not fans of football. Either way, you're going to be a fan of this here clip. See, this man is a legend among simple mere mortals. He goes by the name of Boomer or Chris Berman. And he's visiting us live from the Monday Night Football set. That's right. There's Monday Night Football tonight. Rams, Dolphins. Shout out to Jeff Matthews.
I know that's funny. That's funny right there.
But this bad boy is circa probably 20 years ago, I'd say. Boomer almost has a full head of hair. And this clip right here is him describing the legendary phenomenon known as de.
Understand, tonight is awful in here. Awful. No, it's already awful. I saw this on the schedule, Jets during the Christmas holiday. I took 4 deux at 6 o'clock, knowing what this would be. You know what a deux is? It's Canadian aspirin with a little bit of codeine in it, just enough to give you that pop. 2 2s, deux. I mean, you buy it over the counter up there, you can't hear. It's like $10 up there, but it's like $100 prescription here. So you put it in all the corners of your suitcase. Do you have anything to declare? Oh, no. Deux. You always hope to have one Blue Jay game a year. You go to the Canadian CBS. It's funny. You have those bottles, 250, count of 222s? Yes, here they are. I'll take 4 of them. And they always go, from the States, eh? Deux. You never take deux? Just a little drop. Little 8% codeine, never hurt anybody.
Never hurt anybody.
I know exactly what this night is.
He said little 8% codeine never hurt anybody.
Another one.
Oh, I'm laughing so hard that would hurt my head. The back of my neck is tight.
From America, eh? From the States, eh?
What you do is you put it in the corners of all your suitcases. Oh, you have anything to
nothing to
declare? Eh? Oh, he's fucking.
He go all the way.
Boomer, baby.
And then they find it. They go, "What's this about?
What's this about? What are these do's about?"
It's at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
That's classic Boomer right there. That's just classic Boomer. You'll never look at Boomer the same. And, that's what I like about some of these clips. Sometimes you get to see the real version of some of these people, right? When they're all buttoned up on ABC and NBC and ESPN, blah, 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 blah. Man, he said, fuck. I mean, he almost let the F-bomb slip while he was talking. He's like, fuck, I got you. These dudes, I know exactly what's coming.
That's why the movies back then were good, too. People just wanted that kind of realism, that kind of authentic comedy, man. That's good shit.
Mm. Oh, that's good.
Geez.
That
And that's
one
our
gets me
222s, the do's.
The do's. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings tuned in. To
They still do that? Is that still a thing? Hey, my Canadian
so.
people, let me know if that's still a thing.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. If we got any friends from the Great White North tuned
Let us
into this
know.
show,
I
know.
I might just take a trip to Canada.
I know Dr. J is. I haven't seen him around in a while. I'd see him on the timeline. Oh, he was in the chat too. We were talking about some crazy shit in the chat. Who's to say, who's to know?
Hey, I can ask Open. Open would know. Open.
Oh, he is from the Great White North, isn't he? I forgot about that. All right, well, hey, maybe we can find out sooner rather than later and get us some DVDs.
Hey, stay tuned.
Cody never hurt nobody.
Imagine getting up at 5 a.m. taking some do's before this show. Holy shit, dude. At 7 a.m.
That'd be like the fucking scene of Wolf of Wall Street where they're taking the expired lewds and then all of a sudden it just
hey, they never expire, bro. Just so you know, they never expire.
I think they're fucking duds.
They're definitely not.
Ooh. All right, my friends. Oh, little funny ha for you this morning.
That was a good one right there.
Hey, I know that was a really good one. Who's to say, who's to know? My friends, I hope you're laughing. Hope you're chuckling. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're ready to get a little fired up, a little forged down. We stick you in that forge and hammer you down, refine the edges, and then pull out. Whoa, that's a little bit of a sword there. Whoa, looking kind of like a weapon. Whoa, well, take that weapon and put it on your file and get ready to file down those edges and make them nice and extra sharp to cut through any obstacle and turn it into an opportunity that might be in your path today as we get into the first segment of the day. Your sharpening session, baby. Alrighty then, my friends. Welcome back to the show. Let's get right on with it and catch this morning's flow. See where we go. If you haven't checked the title of the show, damn, I'm a poet. Now you really know it. I'm just, I wasn't even trying right there. If you haven't checked the title of the show, let me be the first to tell you this morning, we're talking about the person you're destined to become. The person you're destined to become. Who is that? Now, who's to say, who's to know? We'll get to there just here after a little bit on this opening topic of the show. So stick a pin in that. And let's start in a different area. This morning, I wanted to start with a little poem. Actually, a poem that inspired this entire message. And it is by one of my favorite thought provokers, motivational people, theoretical, I don't know, a philosopher. I have no idea what exactly he is. Ralph Waldo Emerson is who I'm trying to describe here. And old RWE has given me some great thoughts, as I'm sure many people throughout the years. And I had never heard this before. You see, I was kind of playing around on ChatGPT, seeing this. What was this? What do people need to hear? What's this? Oh, can you give me a good story? And then all of a sudden, this story popped up. And I said, well, I'd never heard of that story before. What the hell is this? What might this be? So I started to kind of go down, and in parentheses, it said, based on the poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I said, there's a poem by RWE on this? Whoa, let me go find this. So I start to peruse the interwebs, and all of a sudden, I find the poem, The Fable, The Mountain and the Squirrel. And this morning, I wanted to read to you The Mountain and the Squirrel. No, not Peanut. R.I.P. Peanut. We appreciate your service to this great country. My friends, this is The Mountain and the Squirrel. The mountain and the squirrel had a quarrel, and their former called the latter Little Prig. Bun replied, "You are doubtless very big, but all sorts of things in weather must be taken in together to make up a year and a sphere. And I think it no disgrace to occupy my place. If I'm not so large as you are not so small as I, and not near half so spry. I'll not deny you make a very pretty squirrel track. Talents differ, all is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forest on my back, neither can you crack a nut. If I cannot carry forest on my back, neither can you crack a nut. In this poem, Ralph Waldo Emerson is talking about the unique individuality that each and every one of us possess. And whether we're big as a mountain or as small as a squirrel, or rather the value we bring to this life as big as that mountain or as small as the squirrel, we all have our own purpose. Yeah, maybe we can't grow whole trees and forests on our back, but maybe we can crack a nut that's something with no hands can even think about. See, in the beginning of the poem, the mountain is kind of being a hater towards the squirrel. He's throwing shade. RWE's trying to set that tone of the standard of, oh, look, somebody throwing shade at this poor off little squirrel, the rodent, the nobody of society, right? In this grand, boisterous mountain. He said, you ain't shit, you little squirrel. Squirrel says, well, yeah, man, for sure. You know, you're a nice track. I can run up and down you. That's all cool, grand and dandy. You got some sweet trees, but you ain't going anywhere. You ain't harvesting any food. You ain't cracking any nuts so you can eat. You can't even eat, you big dumbass mountain. So what are you talking to me for? So think about that. All you have to realize is that you are unique. You bring individual talents and perspectives and assets and values to this life that no one can take away. And right now, to take it all the way back to last Monday, say what you need to say, is the time that you need to push those talents, those values, those beliefs, who you are uniquely out into the world. Because we are about to experience the best 4 years of our lives. 2026 is going to be the peak of it all. So I hope you are preparing. I hope you are ready. I hope you are getting all of your ducks in a row, wherever they may be. But also taking this life like water off a duck's back. Not getting too sped up, not freaking out. Oh my gosh, why didn't I get that opportunity? Why am I not a millionaire? Yeah. It's not your time yet. It's uniquely your story. And you are going to have to go through losses after losses after losses and learn from them. See, what most people don't know is that Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan for 7 years before he even won one championship. He had to show up for 7 years, being elite, getting in the gym before anybody else, outworking everyone else, putting in the time that no one else would put in for 7 years before he got his first ring. Could you do that? Could you show up for 7 years and do what is uniquely you, that you know you bring to this earth, you know is your calling and your talent, while the mountains are out there saying, go pack it in, little squirrel. Go get back in your tree. Hey, how's that little show going? Little show's feeling pretty damn good to me. How's that little business? Little business is booming, the way I see things. See, you can get down on yourself real easy. You can forget all the things you bring to this life. So, my friends, to take it back to the title, who is the person you are destined to become? Well, it's the person you decide to be. It's the person that you get up every single day and choose to be. The small little 1% super soldier things I talk about all the time, of holding the door, smiling, having the conversation, doing your dishes, taking the extra second, one moment at a time. All these little things, I don't say them for any reason, because if you start to stack them and compound them and receive the interest off of them, then your life is only going to get better. I speak from experience, and then you become the person that you decide to be. You can fall into society and play into the systems and walk around with your knuckles dragging, staring at the floor all day long. Or you can stand tall, pull your chin up, stick your chest out, see the matrix lines and break through them. You have to decide to do that, though. And where most people get caught up is in the haves and the have-nots. They always think about, oh, well, I don't have this and I don't have that and I can't become this because my dad had this, or I can't get to this because such and such had that. Their story is not your story. That is your story. And you need to stop focusing on so much on what you don't have yet and what you have now. As long as you're on the path, you're going to eventually get there. We just don't know the time. And we don't have magic crystal balls that we can see the future and, oh, this is how it's exactly going to look. And I believe if those things existed, we wouldn't believe it even if we could see it. So start focusing on what you have. Because if you can't be grateful for what you have now, what in the fuck makes you think you are going to be grateful with more in the future? The audacity of that. And I'll leave you with this. Another Ralph Waldo Emerson quote. The purpose of this life is to not be happy. It is to be useful, be honorable, be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you lived, and you lived well. Not about chasing money, not about chasing possessions. It's not even about chasing happiness. We've said it before, nothing great came from happiness. It came from toil, struggle, strife, blood, sweat, and tears. And that builds honor. That allows you to be compassionate and see others in that same grind. And that allows you to be useful to this world and live well. Who's to say, who's to know? There's your opening topic of the show. What do you think, Swirl One?
Bro, I got all kinds of notes over here. I'm telling you what. First off, you talk about Michael Jordan. And, it's funny because he was on my brain because I saw something about him the other day and I was watching and just kind of researching some behind the scene things. A lot of people know a lot about Michael Jordan, but, this guy's a fascinating dude. And one of the things that I'll tell you about that guy is if he had his druthers and if he thought, hey, you know what, as I start this career, whatever, my favorite brand is Adidas. I would love to go with Adidas. That would be the man. If they ever gave me some kind of deal, I'd be all over that, right? And that was his favorite brand. It was the one thing that he wanted to go and start with. And all of a sudden, they didn't really work out. They had their star already, and they weren't really into basketball. Didn't think it was going to be a big thing and that it was going to create any wins for them. And all of a sudden, this no-name company, well, I wouldn't say it was no-name. It was a big name, but it didn't have the market share that Adidas did. At that time, Adidas was the biggest of the big. And this little company called Nike out of Oregon decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to come over and see if this guy will sign with us. You never know, right? And heck, the rest is history, right? You talk about him taking 7 years to become a champion, yet they saw it right off the bat. And it's funny because he made a lot of money. He is the greatest. I don't care what you say. He's got the most rings. He's got the most trophies, the most MVPs, all of it. Here's what I'll tell you. He's made like almost $2 billion off of that Nike deal. He didn't make anything near that in the NBA deal. But that 7 years of fighting and challenging and struggle and strive to get to that champion mindset, I don't know, you and I would probably go ahead and trade 7 years for $2 billion. I'm just throwing it out there, just thinking that might be the case. I know Capp would. I know I would. Right? Hey, see, DZ's down too. So there you go. Talk about being unique. The one thing that I know is that talents make people interesting. And every time you meet with somebody, that's the one thing that people don't understand. This whole communication that we have as a society is not built on talent. It's built on net worth. That's why when somebody comes up to you and they say, hey, it's good to see you. What's going on? Hey, what do you do for a living? You know why they do that, right? They do that so they can figure out what level of respect they need to give you. Hey, is this guy on a higher hierarchy than I am? Or is this person lesser than me because I'm in a better position, I have a bigger title, or I quote unquote make more than this person does here? That's why I don't like to really talk about that. And we've talked about this before. If you were part of Job and Jams in the past, you would know that when people ask me that, I try to switch that whole thing around. And I always say right away, hey, people get all caught up in what's going on with the 9 to 5. Not me. I kind of want to know what's going on in your days off. What do you like to do for, time off? What do you do for fun? What are you passionate about? All of a sudden, you will start more conversations with people regarding, hey, what they like to do on the weekends or where they like to go or where they like to travel than what they do for a living. Do you think that people want to sit with you on a weekend and talk about what they do all day long when that's all they do all day long? No. I don't want to talk about it. It's not going to be fun to talk about, and nor do I think that you're going to understand it anyway. I want to talk about good things, travel, what I like to do for a living, things I'm learning, things I discovered, places I want to see. All of those kind of things is what's going to make me better, and it's going to help me to carry a conversation and make me more interesting, right? So talents are interest. That's what it is. So you need to curate your talents. Those gifts that you get, those are from God. Those gifts deliver to you so you can deliver to the world. Now, when you get that gift, hey, it might be in a form of a mason jar, and inside are just ingredients. You're like, what? Wait, you open it up, you kind of empty everything out, and you got like all these little bags. You're like, oh, what is all this? And there's no instructions there. What am I supposed to do with this? Well, you know what you're supposed to do with it. And guess what? Until you figure it out for sure, okay, put a little here, try a little of that, mix a little bit this way, do a little something to make it happen. And all of a sudden you become the best at the gift you were given, because that's what you have to work with. Whatever they give you is what it is. So now you've become somebody who can literally make lemon meringue out of lemons that life has given you. That's what this whole thing's about. When you can bring your unique abilities, your unique experiences to every conversation, all of a sudden your world just opens up. People from all ages, doesn't matter where they're, nationalities, all of that will flock to you. They would love to speak to you because you're interesting, because you have something more exciting to say than, oh, well, I work behind a cubicle and I answer a phone and I say the same script every time I answer it. And if they say this, I say that. And then I try to get them to say this so I can say that. Nobody wants to hear any of that. But you know what I want to hear about? I want to hear about yesterday. What'd you do yesterday? Oh, you won't believe what I did yesterday, Cap. Oh my gosh, bro. Me and this guy, Motion, Motion, right? Oh, we went on this drive. It was up to Bixby. It was the most intense drive I've ever been on. Let me tell you something. It was incredible. There was literally only about 7 of us, but I'd rather have that, because here's what I'll tell you. There was some times where I was white knuckling, wondering if I was going to hold the line. I was just like, and I tell you what, even my aura ring was going, you were at high stress for this 2.5 hours. Well, I wonder why, because my heart was like, and my eyes were like, and then I get out and I would see Motion and we'd just be like, whoa, dude, did you see that? That's what I want to hear about. People are like, wow, what was that all? That's real. That's authentic. That's something I actually did. I'm so excited about it that I can give you energy when I talk about it. Spoke to my dad about it yesterday. He goes, you know what, Beach? I love that you like that kind of stuff. It's like me when I'm on my horse and I'm holding on for dear life and I can barely keep that sucker. And I'm like, hold the line, baby, hold the line. And I just started laughing because you know what? I bet it is. Imagine getting on a creature that's so much bigger than you, running under its own power. You can't really directly communicate to it, but it is on and you are riding this sucker. Guess what? It's just like life. You better hold on for dear life, because guess what? The excitement is when it holds the line, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Great perspective. I got me some notes out of that for sure. I thought about the Air movie, right? I watched that probably beginning of the year. It's been a few months back now, but it's such a great movie if you pay attention to deeper than the surface. If you're just watching the story and you're just there to find the story of how Michael Jordan, cool, whatever. But there are so many little moments in the movie that show you the power of just continuing to fight, continuing to build a dream, and what can happen when really, like you said, a no-name company like Nike, they were fucking nothing. Nike was nothing back in those times. They were about to close the doors, for crying out loud. They couldn't sign an athlete. They were off the charts. What the fuck do we do? Oh, Michael. Oh, shit. Let's design him his own shoe. Holy hell. And one of the scenes that always sticks out to me when I think about the movie is they're in the cafeteria of Nike, and it's a bunch of the head guys, and they're sitting around this little table, and some of them are sitting backwards on their chairs, some of them sit normal, and they're just having a real raw, open conversation of just being normal guys. And what are we doing? Okay, this is what I need you to do, and I need to go this way, and I need this to happen. And it's not all these high-level terms and all this, well, we saw the quotas and the gross reporting did not seem like we would be able to move the right balance sheets to. and it's the coolest fucking thing ever. And they're just and I think about how many times that we've been in those situations, whether it was planning for the J&J weekend getaway or something like this show, or me and DZ getting together and getting Decoding the Divide going, or whatever it might be. Those have all started with just simple conversations that we had a fire, we had a passion, and we said, I think we can bring this to the world. I think we can do something different than everybody else. Let's try it. And that's where it all starts. It just starts with feeling that unique little fire and flame and saying, you know what, fuck it. If one person or 1,000 people show up, I'm just going to dump a little gasoline on this thing and see what it turns into. If it turns into an enraging forest fire, dope. If it goes out real quick, well, at least I fucking tried. At least I know it's not my fire. At least I know that was just a little something that I needed to try. Maybe I learned what my real passion is through it, like me with sports gambling. Like how I got my start in this whole fucking crazy content creation thing. I love sports. I love gambling. I'm still gambling. Oh, D's, how about that 49 and that Houston?
Here comes the money.
Dollar bill, y'all. Oh, I bankrupted some motherfucking books last night. Let me tell you what. Ooh, they paid me yesterday, bitch. Ooh, they've been paying me week after week. They don't like me right now. I'm hot. Ooh, I'm hot. But then it took me all the way to here, right? And it just was a matter of time of continuing to open my eyes, continuing to see my value. I was doing this motivational shit on my sports gambling podcast. Just nobody was really clicking on it. It was a simple little segment. I had 5 minutes at the end of the show. And now there's people that used to connect with me that are still in my network in those lanes that do motivational shit on their show now. I could sit back and say, oh, them fucking copycats. What? Somebody else is pushing motivation out there in this world. Somebody else is bringing the inspiration. Somebody else that's got 30, 40 years on me got inspired by me. Ooh. I know what I need to do. I know where I need to go. I know what path I need to walk. Okay, I'm not sure what direction, but hey, here I am, send me. And me and DZ had a great conversation. I had a pretty powerful here I am, send me Friday evening just before the DJ party. And everything, I'm telling you what, from 6:45 all the way up, everything was, yeah, right into the DJ party. Oh, man, I'm telling you what, all I know is we're on the right path. We're doing the right thing. We're making the right moves. And I say it every damn day, but I'm just going to keep showing up, pounding the stone, winning in the dark, doing the right things over and over and over and over and over again, because it's all I know.
Another one.
I agree with you. And you talked about, hey, you were doing this before. I was too. I was doing it in small offices, one-on-one, and people were like, man, you're so inspiring. Man, why don't you do this for a living? I'm like, I do. You see me right here doing it. No, why don't you do what you're like, man, you need to go and take that show on the road. I kept hearing that so much, and I'm sitting there thinking, these are grown people, like you said, that are older than me, that have been doing this stuff longer than me, that have been in these businesses doing their thing. I don't know nothing about their business yet. I can come in and inspire them to be greater people or do better for their lives. That's exciting. And that's why, hey, I said, hey, send me. I want to be a part of the change. I keep hearing I can make a change. I keep seeing it in people. Why wouldn't I want to bring that to others? And why wouldn't I want to bring this talent that I curate on a daily basis, that I practice every single day? I go out every day trying to be a better person, trying to be bright and shiny for everyone out there. It doesn't matter where I go. I'm trying to be cool with everybody, because here's the thing. The world is full of a lot of craziness, and you guys can see it right now, especially on the timeline. Mental health is a serious issue in this country as well as in the world. So that's why we talk about 4 or 5 different things you got to take care of. One is, how's your mental fitness? Is it good? Are you keeping up with it? Are you taking creatine? Are you doing the right things to keep your brain going a little bit, right? Are you thinking and challenging it on a daily basis? Because that's what's going to keep you alive. You know, the squats, all that kind of good stuff is going to keep you moving later on. But where your mind is, that's what people don't understand. It's a muscle, and you want to stay away from Alzheimer's. You want to stay away from all the things that are old, debilitating diseases that you see old people going through. but you got to start right now. Keep that mind sharp. Do not let it go. Always, every day, practice something, read something, learn something, get creative, activate all parts of the brain so that you always got something going on. And then also don't put any BS in your body, because that can hurt you and give you brain fog as well. So it's important. That's why I talk about the water every day. I promise you, if you're drinking this all day, your clarity will be so much better throughout the day. You won't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm feeling lethargic, or any of the bad things that come from carbonation and some of the things that they put inside these drinks. So, hey, I'm telling you, we're on the right path. We're telling you how to live this thing called life. We're telling you how to get better. And are we the best at it? Hell no. But these are things that we're putting in practice right now. We're doing this because you know why? We're seeing the results. It's starting to compound. And if it can work for me and Cap, it can work for you.
Damn straight, Bobby. Oh, man. You know, I was just thinking, you just talking about the times and the timeline and all the bullshit. And, you know, there's a lot of guys that I used to know in college as these just big, strong, amazing men. And, you know, we're lifting together and eating the right things and watching the right things and motivating and chasing tail. And we were the guys, man. And now these guys have started to go into this just far left. What the hell are you talking about? Women losing all their rights, blah, 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 blah on the timeline. And I just,
oh shit, here we go again.
I couldn't stand it anymore. So I started commenting on some of these dudes' shit. Hey, say what you need to say, huh? Do it in a graceful, dignified way. So I started doing it. And one of these guys commented back to me after I had said some stuff. And I said, now is a time for strong men. And he commented back to me, I would assume that our definitions of strong are rather different. You know, I've really been thinking about that. And yeah, you know what? They probably are. Because those people would never show up each and every day and share the stories of their lives and literally put their process live in prime time for everybody to see. Put their risk, their leap of faith live in prime time. I'm nobody yet. You just keep watching. I could fall on my face at any fucking point in time in the day, but I'll tell you what's not going to happen is me staying down there. Is me staying with my face in the dirt. I'm going to get back up, wipe it off a little bit, and go back to work. I may look a little funny with some mud stains and a little blood on the elbow, but at least I'm still going. I'm still making it. I'm still pushing down the path. That's strength to me. Honor, growth, compassion, being a use in this world. They just want to be happy. They just want to have their delusions recognized by everybody in society. Guess what? I'm not here for your fucking delusions. Keep them to yourself, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. Yes, Swirl One. You like that, huh? Who's to say, who's to know?
And it's funny because I wrote some stuff down.
Sons of bitches anyhow.
You know what? And it's not just old friends that I know. It's the world. And you know what the problem is? And I've talked about turning on the media, and that's where it's coming from. They're giving you all these thoughts. And I wrote this down because, you know, we talked about average. It's like this. It's flashing lights. You guys don't even see it, and it's happening. It's you have no idea how much they're sending you in those information. Now, all that schedule programming, it's exactly what it is. So the media, though, we talked about average, right? What's average? It's the best of the worst of the worst of the best, right? So, hey, the media plays on that narrative, on the average. They know that the average American watches that, and they know the average American, right? 50% are below a certain number. And so they prey on that. The people that are below average that are tuning in, they believe everything because that's their only form of communication. They don't know how to get that information anywhere else. The people that are literally just at that line, they're a little skeptical about it, but you know what? They're like, yeah, I see a lot of it. And again, it still penetrates. Those that are above average, turn it off. You know why? Because they don't have time for that crap. They look at it and they realize, oh man, what am I doing? I'm doing a time waster. Oh, this is what's happening. Oh, I heard that. No, I don't need that in my brain. And they turn it off. They don't even let it run in the background. Right. So that's what you have to understand. The media is is playing on the average and below. Everybody that's above average, they're literally not watching TV. And if they are, they're doing it in very small spurts. This is why you don't see Lamborghini commercials. This is why there is no Ferrari commercials. This is why McLaren doesn't make a commercial to put on prime time. That's not what they do. You know why? Because the people that want that information, they're going to go seek that information. That's why people don't know anything. You know what's funny? People could tell you what any Ford car is. Oh, that's a Ford Escort. Oh, that's a Ford Expedition, whatever. But I show them a Ferrari, they don't know what model it is. I wonder why.
Damn, took my thunder, dude. That's right where I was gonna go. Fuck yeah. Always on the same page, baby. There's a reason they don't make McLaren commercials, because the people who can buy McLarens don't sit around watching TV all day. If they don't light up your perspective pipe and have you doing a little token this morning, I don't know what will. Oh, shout out DJ Swirl One. What a fucking perspective right there. Hell of an open to the show. We've been going for 50 minutes, don't you know? I hope you're
Holy
feeling
crap.
good.
We really have. That's awesome.
Bro, fire flame right off the rip. I knew 11/11 was going to be something special. Also, had to make this known because a lot of people are sody pop drinkers out there in this world. Ted Logan,
Yeah.
I used to drink nothing but DP all day long, bro. I love the 23 flavors. Don't you even get me started, cuz my wife put a stop to that real quick. LOL, never felt better. Facts, bro. I haven't drank pop since I broke my leg. Since I broke my leg in 2012, I have not. Over a decade, I haven't drank pop. I don't drink the fucking shit. And if I do, it is like, what the fuck? This is way too sweet. Like even mixers. Hey, tequila pineapple. You see?
I'll have the occasional Sprite just to get a zip, right? As I'm just a little, but I won't ever drink the whole thing. I'll drink a little bit of it just to kind of give a little, but that's about it, buddy. I definitely do not like soft drinks at all. And I can't drink beer. None of that shit is struggle, bro. Struggle.
Bad news bears. Bad news bears for sure. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out all you beautiful humming beings tuned in live in prime time to the show. What else we got out there, D's? I saw you shift us up. We got another comment out there. Oh, it's a guilty pleasure once in a while, but rarely. I'm imperfect. Hey, none of us are perfect, bro. Hey, what do we always say? Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And
hey,
perfection
mom's
is
correcting your
simply
time. She
state
says you broke your leg in 06.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, 2012. I would have been in high school. Whoa. I'm an old man. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
He graduated like 5 years ago.
That just made me feel really old, dude. I don't know why I had that day. Whoa, what the?
Hey, that's what I tell you, bro. It doesn't get any better as you get older. You still think the year you graduated was like 5-10 years ago. You're like, oh, what do you mean? 25-year reunion.
Whoa.
What?
That was fucking weird. I've been having a lot more of those instances. That's how I know. Oh, man. I'm starting to get old, bro. Damn it. Damn it.
I'm going to tell you right now, mark this word right now. You're going to turn around and we're going to be doing this show and it's going to be 11/11 next year like this. And there's going to be so much that's happened next year. Next year, just so you know, is going to be on supercharge for a lot of different reasons. So it's just
2025 is going to be lit.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot going on. And I'm trying to bring some of that.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy, I'm excited. Can't deny it. Who's to say, who's to know? Yeah, July 4th, 2006, I jumped off a four-wheeler, snapped the fuck out of my femur. Boy, oh boy, was that a fun time.
There's your first problem. You jumped off a moving vehicle. It's never good.
Okay, yeah, I might have whiskey throttled it. I hit a jump. I come down a little cockeyed. I come back up. I saw a big-ass tree. I whiskey throttled, forgot the brake, said, what the fuck do I do in my mind? Oh, bail off. I bailed off. I rolled. I was like, oh, I'm good. I stood up and I went, thunk, and I said, what the fuck had happened was, and I looked at my left leg and it went like this. And I said, what the fuck? That was the worst shit ever, bro. And I won't go any further because it gets worse. It gets worse. I didn't break skin, but yeah, it gets bad. It gets bad. That was terrible. Who's to say, who's to know? I was 12 years old. Oh. Well, there's the more you know.
It's crazy.
The more you know about the host of your show. Who's to say, who's to know? And I still got the scars. I can't pick my leg up that high. Or I don't know. Maybe you see that it's behind the scenes in the gateway. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, there is your first segment of the day. your sharpening session, baby. I hope you know now the person you're destined to become is the only person you decide to be. Without further ado, friends and family, let's get into the second segment of the day. No hesitation, no delay. We got some reacting to do, baby. So strap in, lock in, keep those notebooks, pens, or pencils by your side, and let's slide into that reaction refinery. Okie doke artichokes. Let's dive right on in. Once again, no hesitation, no delay. Let's slide on into it, baby. We got 4 coming your way. As per usual, clips this morning, 2 a little bit longer ones, about a minute, and then 2 super short ones. We're going to open up with the first one. That is super short, hot and heavy, hits you right in the doggone chest. So we begin with the quote of the day.
Hey, Mr. Brown, what's the quote of the day?
If friends were money, I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Ooh.
Hey, Mr. Brown, what's the quote of the day?
If friends were money, I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Woo-wee!
Yeah.
Quality over quantity, my brother. And we talk about it all the time. Just being surrounded with the right people, what we got going on here at DHMG, the gateway, the core, having people who are actually there to support you, not in competition. If you are surrounded by people and you're in a group and you don't feel like they're shoving you upwards and bolstering you and getting hyped up when you start doing great stuff, you do not have a circle of friends. You have a cage of acquaintances. And I snapped out of that acquaintance fucking mindset back in 2018, and I haven't looked back since. I just started cutting people out left, right, and fucking center, and I realized, wow, I got a lot of pennies in my life. I started chucking those in the fountain and said, you know what? Maybe somebody else can have those. I'm going to stick these quarters in my pocket, and I am proud to say today, all I got around me is a bunch of fucking quarters, baby.
I tell you what, I was talking to Emotion about this yesterday, and another one of my friends. It's definitely interesting to see how you have this big circle of people, and as you progress in life, they slowly start to fall off here, there, whatever. But I had a guy yesterday. Motion was talking about somebody who burnt the plug, man. How are you going to burn the plug, bro? It's like, what part of the game is that, right? I'm just telling you. And this is somebody that we used to kick it with all the time. And I'm like, man, what are we doing? And I'm like, that right there just gave me another reason why, hey, I cannot hang out with that person. And as my time starts to come to a close in my location that I'm at, I only have a few people that I can or care to even say goodbye to, hang out with, spend this last bit of time with. And I'm doing that as I'm rocking through this last 30, 45 days, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad I don't have pennies, because that'd be a lot of different, oh my gosh, I got to go say hi to everybody. But you know what? You got to know where your quality is, where your worth is. You just got to go and pick up those quarters, or take care of those quarters, or mind your P's and Q's, because that's where all the good stuff is.
Fill up those pints and quarts. Who's to say? Who's to know? Also, I'm pretty good at seeing red flags. Internal antenna is spot the fuck on. Who's to say? Who's to know? Not like I called that months ago. Who's to say? Who's to know? But we get into the second clip of the show. It's sad that I know exactly who that is. That's fucked. Who's to say? Who's to know? But we get
Motion's funny. Motion says, you have a great way of like explaining things, never dropping anybody's name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right on the same fucking page, bro.
He's like, you don't even make it obvious, but if you know, you know.
No. If you know, if you're in the inner circle, you're like, oh, yeah, bingo, bango, zingo, zingo. Who's say, who's not? Don't even reference any of the other situations either, which is just the best. Second clip of the day, my friends. This one here, ooh, it's got some power. I need you to strap in for this one. This one a little bit longer, about a minute. Strap in, lock in. And a special shout out to Michael Saladin on Instagram. This is not who made the video, but Michael sent me this video. So I would assume he is a fan of Forging Fuel. I would assume he watches the show. Sent me this on Instagram, and I was not privy to the man before. And I said, well, hot diggity damn, thank you, good sir. Accepted his follow, and we are friends now. So, Mr. Michael Saladin, shout out to you, sir. We appreciate this clip. Tons of power. This morning, we get to hear why it's over.
Day, just like that. We shut our eyes for the last time. And that's it. No do-overs, no second chances. Just nothing. Now imagine you knew that was coming and you had a couple of minutes before you close your eyes. Do you think you'd look back happy knowing that you spent years doing a job you hate? Or that you stayed in an environment that was not right for you? Or that you didn't travel to that country you always wanted to visit because saving a few $100s was the sensible thing to do? Do you think you'd be proud that you held a grudge for so long and now you can't make it right? Or proud that you were always too busy to answer the phone to your parents? Or that you never told that person how you truly feel? And do you think you'd look back happy knowing that you never truly chased your dreams because you were too scared? We have one shot in this life, and yet we're still scared to truly live. The odds of death are 100%, yet we treat life like certainty. Tomorrow always comes, right? Wrong. So quit that job you hate, book that flight, ask them out on a date, and chase that dream with every fiber in your body, and start living every day like it's a miracle, because it truly, truly is.
Pretty powerful, bro. You know, that's I look at that and I think like that all the time. To me, that's everything. I know that you don't understand. During that drive yesterday, I prayed before the drive. I prayed probably 50 times during the drive, just because of the actions that were happening and things that were going on. I knew that I wasn't guaranteed one more corner. I wasn't guaranteed one more twist or turn. And I knew that if I just took care of right now, there was even times right there I would swirl right now, be here now, be here now. And I had to remind myself, because I know that if I don't take care of right now, tomorrow won't come no matter what happens. You have to be alert. You have to be ready for your life. You have to be out there doing everything you can to create a win for yourself. Make it past this turn. Make it past that straight. Just every day, you cannot give up. You can't stop in the hallway and sit your ass down. That's not what happens. And, you know, I've said it, and I wrote it down earlier and I didn't say it, but you know, you got to give yourself to God. You got to give your wings some air. You got to let yourself get out there and fly, because here's the thing. You're not making it out alive anyway. So you might as well be looking at a great vantage point. You might as well be trying to do amazing things. You might as well be sitting there thinking, shit, at the end of the day, I'm going to end up passing away and nobody's going to care what happened. I mean, look at that dude from that one band. I don't even know his damn name. Just died. 28 million people. Nobody talking about him anymore. Hell, they talk about Mac Miller more than they talk about that dude. So even if you have 28 million followers, doesn't mean that nobody's going to care for you or pretend that they, you know, miss you. That's not happening. So nobody's going to miss you. I'm sorry. They might love you, but once you're gone, they're going to keep going with their life. They might think of you here and there, but they're going to do like everybody else. He was a great person. They're going to continue on. So you are in control of your life, your destiny, and everything you got. You better make this the best fucking life you can have, because I'm not doing it for you. Cap's not doing it for you. DZ's not lifting that weight for you. It's your life. Don't be stupid.
Straight facts, man. Straight facts. It's that the last line. Live every day like it's a miracle, because it truly is. And that's why I always put out the reminder of, you open 2 gifts this morning. You open your eyes. You're breathing the breath of life. You're sucking air. You're 6 feet above ground. You got it so much better than so many people. You got another opportunity. You got another chance. Why waste it? Why spend it in anger or judgment or worry or fear? This is the simple mindset right here. Enjoy one moment at a time. One moment at a time. Oh, Matt. One moment at a time. Be here now and just enjoy it, and stop taking life so fucking seriously. Wear it like a loose garment. Water off a duck's back. Take your time. Stop. Why are we always rushing? Why can't we start taking our time? Talk about Mac Miller. Everybody keep rushing. Why aren't we taking our time? I mean, come on, man. Time doesn't give a fuck about clocks until they stop. Why are you sitting there watching the clock, worried about what's happening? Why don't you just start working? Everybody wants to buy those great things, have that Ferrari, have that McLaren. Well, if you want to buy something without looking at the price tag, you got to start working without looking at the clock. Who's to say? Who's to know? Your third clip of the day, my friends, on this fine morning show, episode 608 of Forge and Fuel. Hit a subscribe, hit a like, hit a notification bell, drop a comment, whatever you feel necessary. And if you haven't done so already, we appreciate the hell out of you for doing it. But we get into your third clip of the day, which I referenced on Friday. And this is another clip from my favorite motivational speaker of all time, the legendary Ed Foreman, back with us here on Monday morning. And he's talking with us today about worry.
Doctors tell us that worry is one of the greatest maladies that faces mankind today. In fact, Dr. Dale Rank, that heads up our medical advisory team, has performed over 10,000 operations. And he says, Ed, there's not a week, get this, ladies and gentlemen, he said there's not a week that goes by that I don't hear someone being admitted to our cardiac unit that doesn't say, I just knew I was going to come down with a heart attack like my daddy did when he's 55. Or I just knew I was going to come down with bleeding ulcers like my mama did when she was 59. See, they planned for it. They worked for it. And by golly, they're going, you know the type I'm talking about, don't you? Recognize this, ladies and gentlemen. All the water in the world cannot sink a ship unless it gets on the inside of it. All the worry and anxiety and frustration and jealousy in the world cannot sink a person unless it gets on the inside of their mind.
Ed Foreman, baby. Ed Foreman, baby. I mentioned that yesterday or Friday. Was that yesterday? Friday, about saying stupid shit and speaking that stuff into existence. And oh, my daddy had diabetes. I'm gonna get diabetes one day. Okay, well, yeah, if you keep eating the way you're eating and not exercising and not taking care and still drinking the Dr. Peppers, right? Oh, my family's had a history of Alzheimer's. I know just one day I'm gonna forget everything. Well, maybe start researching how to combat Alzheimer's, like creatine and other various great things for your body that we talk about a lot on this show. You know, he in a previous clip right before that, he talks about how everybody just simply worries, is afraid. That's what they tap into. It's always all about fear. And if you can simply just shift into the good and, like Swirl says, just think neutral at the very least, a lot of these things won't happen. We speak things into existence. We work for them. Like Ed said, they got to have it. They got to have it. And they work for it. You know, are you working for these bad things to happen into your life? Are you working, open the pathways for negativity into your life? You know, if your life is in shambles and all these bad things are happening, maybe it's not life. Maybe it's the driver of the car. And maybe you need to get out, do a little stretching, put on a new helmet, maybe rip off that face shield, and you can see that road a little clearer. Oh, shit, I've been going the wrong direction. Whoopsie daisy. I'm glad I got woke up this morning. Oh, shit. And then maybe things will start to work out in your favor. Stop saying stupid shit. Stop talking bad about yourself. Who's to say, who's to know?
Yes, sir. I've been talking good to my plant. I told you guys, buddy up there, this guy gets some serious affirmation, encouragement. It is the best looking plant I ever seen in my life. And you know what? Buddy thinks he is too. You know why? Because I don't say stupid shit to Buddy. I make sure Buddy is always being told how amazing Buddy is. Guess what? I need to do the same thing for my own life, my own body, my own everything I do, my work, right? It's so funny though, because he talks about, oh man, I'm gonna end up with diabetes and all this. You know what's crazy? Is that the mind can beat all of those things. That's why in every study, you'll find they'll do a study with the drug that they're trying to do, and then they'll give somebody placebo. What is that? It's something that's similar, and they don't know that it's not the drug. And all of a sudden, people think, well, am I taking the drug or am I not taking the drug? Am I getting better or am I not getting better? And some people don't get better, and some people get better with it because you know what? They think it's that, oh, yep, it's got to be the drug. I'm feeling better already. It's got to be that. So all of a sudden, their own mind gets them feeling better, when in actuality had nothing to do with what they were taking, a sugar pill, right? That's really what it came down to. So remember that. You can will yourself out of everything. You can create that energy in your mind that allows you to overcome all these obstacles. People just sit there and tell themselves bad things all day. So wonder why bad things happen to you all day. You don't say anything kind about your life. You don't say anything good about what you do. You have nothing kind to say about anything you are actually doing or creating or performing. And you wonder why you just can't have a break, why you just don't have any luck today, why things are always going bad for you. I wonder.
Who's to say, who's to know? Great perspective there, Swirl One. We got one more clip coming your way here on the second segment of this fine show. And this one here, another short, sweet, heavy hitter. You gotta have your ear holes open wide for this one. This right here comes from the legendary secondary coach of the Ohio State University, Mr.
You have to put the there, or they get mad about that.
100%. Mr. Tim Walton, here this morning to tell us a little story about why that's not my job.
Story. It's called That's Not My Job. This is a story about 4 people. Name everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. What I'm saying is everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. It's everybody's job to make sure the job gets done. Everybody got their role. It's going to be an all-star in our role. Everybody good? Right. We know we're going to make it happen. We know we're going to make it happen. Ready?
All right. 3 words, 4 words. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. And I originally got that from Andy Andrews, one of his 7 secrets to life. And, you know, I added it into the Super Soldier Creed, the Diamond Hand Creed. The buck stops here. I am a person of action. You know, I'm not going to continue to pass this buck. You know, when somebody's knocking on the door, I'm not going to say, somebody going to go get that? Yo, who's, somebody answer the door? Somebody's knocking on my door of life. I'm the one that's got to go answer the fucker. What do I look like sitting on the couch looking around at everybody else saying, hey, y'all gonna answer my door for me? You know, hey, we're having a party and somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody go answer the door. Let somebody into my home. What kind of shit sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense at all. Stop putting it on everybody or anybody or somebody, because nobody's going to do it if you don't do it. And if you just get out and give action and do things like this, start a podcast, create the business, make the blog, whatever it is, people will show up for it. But you just have to be willing to make it. You have to be willing to do what others won't do. And then people will be inspired by your efforts. And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, your community, and then via that, the world begins to change and do the right things and set the standard and take care of shit that nobody else would.
Bro, clip that. So I'll tell you, one of the things that I love about that is he says, anybody could have done it, and it was everyone's job. Guess what? When you're dealing with your life, you are 100% in charge of everything you do. That's it. Every choice you make. So stop acting like, I'll get to it tomorrow or someday. It's today. It's now. You don't have any other time. You won't get tomorrow. It's not going to happen. That's where I got that, where I always talk about, it's where I got the whole ass thing, right? It's where I got it from. It's because I always see people half-ass in life. People, hey, don't half-ass that. You know what? You're right. I need to put my whole ass in this thing. You know, if it's worth doing, it's worth putting your whole ass in it. Put everything you got into it. If not, why are you doing it? You're wasting your time, right? What are you doing if you're not going to try to do it to the best of your ability? If you're not going to try to do it to learn something, if you're not going to try to do it to get better, then what are you doing it for? That's the whole point. You have to give every single day a chance to excel. You have to give every single day a chance to succeed. And if you're doing things and making the right choices that are with these thoughts in mind, I'm telling you, you won't half-ass your day. You'll do a whole ass all day long because you just need to make it happen. That's all there is to it.
Clip that shit too. Jeepers creepers all Friday. I mean, do you pull up your chair to the desk of life and you fucking just sit one ass cheek in it and just, oh, well, I suppose I could do a little bit of work. No, you big dumbass. You sit two cheeks down in that motherfucker and you say, all right, what do we got to fucking do here? Let's get to work. What are you doing? What's your posture? Where you at? Amy Cuddy, take up space, have the right posture, make the right moves. I don't know. It's like all this shit builds upon itself. And if you open your ear holes wide and you take out a little notebook and you write some fucking notes down, then you come back to it and you say, oh, by golly goodness, I'm coming to this part of my life. Holy shit, Capp Swirl just talked to this. Wow, they probably been through that too. Maybe they know a thing or two they're talking about and you apply it. Holy shit, your life starts to change. Wow. We're not trying to be fucking influencers. We're not trying to fucking be so popular and awesome. And, look at all the clout those guys have. Trying to generate actual change, create actual power, create actual fire inside of people. This is what real motivational speakers do. And they don't just fucking go around and copy what everybody else says and take other people's content and put it out on their fucking platforms and make their own fucking content of their own original thoughts that nobody else is saying and put it out on their own platforms. Ugh! We'll get there one day, Swirl One. One day there'll be some page out there clipping me and you and throwing them all out over and making money off of our content. And we'll say them sons of bitches anyhow. That's all right. We're making plenty of money off of it now. Fuck them all. Who's to say?
55 cents.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, hey, we're getting rich. We're getting rich off of the content over here. Shout out to Rumble, baby. We're getting rich. Oh, hot damn.
Oh, no, it was $1.10. You made $1.10.
You know. We can take that out and maybe buy a stick of bubble gum and
that's not even tax on bubble gum.
Yeah, it's probably not. Who's to say, who's to know? What a time to be alive. Golly goodness. There is your second segment of the day, my friends. Your reaction refinery, baby. Shout out to Tim Walton. That's not my job. Ed Foreman. It's over. Shout out to Michael Saladin once again for sending in that clip. Lots of power right there. Saw me and Swirl both love that clip. And then the quote of the day. Don't know who that young man was, but shout out to him and Mr. Brown, who did share the quote. But my friends, it is time to dive into the live chat, to see what the people have been saying, to see if they got any questions or additional perspective to share on the show. And now is a great time for me to remind you, don't you know, that if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and you need a little additional perspective, you would like us to speak on it, we'll drop it over there in the live chat one time for the one time, and we'll pop it up on the screen and give you our thoughts, my friends, as we get into the third and final segment of the day. Your answers from the Anvil, baby. It's been a high-quality show today. High-quality conversation we've been having here on 11/11/2024. Veterans Day, my friends. Once again, shout out to all you veterans out there. If you're tuning in live in prime time and missed the beginning of the show, we appreciate your service, defending our country and our freedoms. Thank you for doing
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
But my friends, if you don't know, you won't know. I just told you it's time for Answers from the Anvil, where we pop up some comments on the screen, see what the people have been saying, see if we got any questions out there, and give you some additional perspective or shift it up. So DEEZYY must be ready. What we got out there, my guy? Jared Albright, the one and only, our guy. Great morning to you, good sir. Good morning, everyone, says Jared Albright. Shout out to you, my friend. Kim Jones, Mama Cap, G to the M. Let's make it a great day, F&F crew. We certainly plan on it on this side of the screen. Right back at you. Mr. Damascus Oglesby, GM. I would take it the fact that he did not hop in the live chat this morning saying he won the 50-50 at the Kansas City Chiefs game would mean he did not win the 50-50 at the Kansas City Chiefs game, but we still appreciate the hell out of you for putting one in there for the old Kipper. Shout out to you, Mr. Damascus. G. Lou, what's up, brother? Shout out to you and Mrs. G. Lou coming back from NOLA. Hope you had a great little vacay there. Mr. Metal Crazy, great moaning, brother. Take off that mask before you die. Man, that t-shirt looks good. Just be glistening in that golden hour. Shout out to you, brother. Ted Logan, 1010, the Flat Earth Fanatic. Happy Monday. See, I did it right there. It's that simple. You just rhyme a couple words. Bingo, bango, zingo,
Can you
zango.
believe
Shout
we
out.
talk to Keanu every day in here, bro? It's so
Isn't
crazy.
that fucking awesome, dude? We get Keanu Reeves in here every single. I mean, this is amazing. It's fucking amazing. No other show's doing that. Shout out. Oh, hey, dude, today's episode is intense. Hey, man, we appreciate you, bro. You just wait until you let us get on your fucking show, pal. There might not even be any oxygen left for the 3 phone booth pod boys to even talk. It is just going to be us over there just fucking throwing fire flame all over the damn. It might burn down the whole fucking show. You might not have another guest after us too. Who's to say? Who's to know? Shout out. Brian Live Dog Livingston. Hey, we love you, Live Dog. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. We're sending T's and P's your way. Friends and fam, I won't share with you why. I won't put personal information out there, but everyone send some T's and P's to our guy Live Dog's way. He is kicking this thing called life's ass right now. So keep kicking it, Live Dog. We appreciate you, brother. We love you. Thank you for being part of the Diamond Hand fam. Thank you for showing up every morning for this fam, for GACC, for DHMG, no matter what's going on in your life. T's and P's to you, brother. We love you, dog. Shout out, Live Doggy Dog. Grammy P, live in the building. GP. Ooh, I get to see her in a couple of weeks. Ooh, great Monday, family. Let's crush this day and spread that PLP. Blessings to all. US. She's still out there chanting the USA. I think she's still happy that Mr. Trumpo won, baby. Who's to say? Who's to know? Angel SD, what's up, Mr. Peguero? Great morning, FNF crew. Great morning right back to you, good sir. Appreciate you being live in prime time. Love that shirt today, Swirl. I was going to say the same thing. That's a pretty nice little baseball jersey you got going on there.
Yeah, it's got the bonsai on the back. You know, little Daniel son.
Wow, got a little bonsai on the back. Hey, shout out to Come on. Little monkey man, bonsai trees. Little monkey man, bonsai trees. Perkins. Shout out to Perkins.
Hey, shout out to Perkins. If you saw my Instagram video, he's the one the pylon struck. Well, I should say, I almost hit him when he hit the pylon. He was first, I was second. We came up over this hill. He went like this. I went and went like that, and boom, pylon went that way. I went this way. I thought I hit something. He hit something. We went around the corner. Next thing you know, he's spilling coolant all over the road. So his R8 dead on arrival.
Yikes.
I almost literally, really, I almost ended up in his engine compartment. Let me tell you something. It was, and then motion was right behind me. It would have been a bad deal. You'd have just seen me in the carbon fiber monocell in the middle.
Oh boy! All right, well, let's get into the show today. Who's to say? Who's to know? Shout out Perkins, Doc Dickie D. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service, says Doc. Shout out to you, Doc. Appreciate you being live in prime time on Forge and Fuel. Jared Albright honoring my great uncle today, General Hap Arnold. Wow, General Hap Arnold. Holy smokes, 5-star general of World War II, and he started the Air Force.
That's when they named people cool things. Now you
What?
People's names.
What? What? Jared Albright's great uncle started the doggone Air Force? What? That's insanity, dude. That's crazy. Did you read that?
That's insane. I kind of like that.
5-star general World War II and started the Air Force. That's bananas. I got to look up General Hap. Damn. Maybe I need to give some love to General Arnold or Hap Arnold. And, talk about him on Decoding the Dividers. Or maybe there's some things about this guy we don't know. Who's to say, who's to know? Great morning, everyone, says Mr. Chris Aswomana. Hey, man, this motherfucker's legs are getting
Bro,
weird.
he's got the biggest tree trunks of legs. Bro. I don't even know how he's doing it.
Really pissing me off, dude, because,
it's insane.
He's just got both teardrops on both sides, and they just
bro,
drop
they're
out.
like,
And it's just like,
I'm like, bro,
how did you do that? What do I have to do to achieve that? I've just been fucking nonstop.
are you doing legs every day or what?
What am I missing? Are you just lunging during your job? Are you putting those panes of glass on your head and lunging with them to the van? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
I cannot figure it out.
I need the secrets. It's starting to really piss me off. I'm not going to lie to you. Have a spectacular Monday. Good sir. Shout out Chris Aswomada. Balka Sargon, baby. Rightful king, his name. I'm here. Make way. You better roll out the red carpet, baby. Hey, let me put my thoughts in the old suggestion box. I think we need a Sumerian Saturdays or a Sumerian special hour. Who's to say? Who's to know? Just going to put that out in the world. See what the people in the chat think about that one. Shout out to our friends over at Radio Free Hub City Live. Great morning to you, Mr. Ken Buckler and Miss BB. We appreciate you. Thanks for all your support of our amazing company. Brittany Pankow, a.k.a. Miss Simply Soapology herself. Great morning, Diamonds. Great morning to you, young lady. Keep crushing the game. I saw you out there at that farmer's market this weekend. Ooh, over there on TikTok. She out there crushing. Shout out, Miss Panko. We appreciate the hell out of you. Mr. E, live in prime time, baby. Great morning. Family greetings from the rich coast, Costa Rica. It's been a minute. Happy Veterans Day. Hey, it has been a minute, Mr. E. Live in... Oh, shit. Let's go, baby.
Good job.
Mr. E and Mrs.
Exciting.
E finally got officially married and honeymoon.
Bigger man than me.
Man to me for sure. Hey, more power to you, brother. You keep living it for us. Shout out to you.
How it is.
Enjoy the rich coast, my man. Shout out to you, Mr. E. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Say hi to the missus for us. JK Big Time GM crushed the day as per usual from our nation's capital connection, baby. Shout out to you, Mr. Big Time. We appreciate the hell out of you. And Miss Ava and Mr. Noah. Go crush your days at school. Who's to say, who's to know? Time off. What's that? I have no clue.
I have no
Not
idea
a
either.
clue in the world. I need a break, but I'm probably never gonna get one. I need a break. I just been working, making a check come. I need a break before I lose all of my marbles. Break. I cannot wait till tomorrow. There you go, Chris. Who's to know? Ted Logan, how great would it be to get on a plane and see Swirl One sitting in the seat next to yours? Oh, buddy, it's the best. It's the best doggone flight you could possibly have, except he kind of just passes the fuck out. So it'd be like, be like, Swirl.
You better tell me
Swirl,
who you are first, because if not, guess what? The glasses, this goes on, I'm out. And if I wake up, I'll be making music right there next to you. You won't hear me because I'll just have everything going. You gotta let me know you're there.
Who's to say, who's to know? If you see him, let him know. Brittany Panko says the Diamond Hand Jet. Ooh. The Diamond Jet. I like the way you think right there. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe like Diamond Force One? Who's to say, who's to know? Mama Cap says, hey, I'm an old dog too. Y'all inspire me daily. Thank you for carrying the baton of motivation and inspiration to the next generation. Absolutely, Mama Bear. We out here. We're doing it one day at a time. Thanks for your kind words. What else we got out there, D's? Oh, Grammy P being a little shit ass is what she's being this morning. If I was 87 years old, I would quit my Dr. Pepper daily, but I'm 88, so I will continue daily, says GP.
You do you, girl. I'm with it.
She's a smart ass, and I love it. I love it so much. Oh, my favorite woman in the world.
Oh, man.
DZ live for Mex says, great morning, Colt /U0026, aka and Swirl. What are some things that helped you find the tribe, your tribe or group of people? Any tips for the people? Honestly, man, stop trying to look for them.
Yeah, stop
Trying
looking
to search high and low and find your value in people and just be you. The more that you can just take off the mask. That's why first rule of fucking DHMG, take off your mask. The more people know the real, raw, open, true version of you, you're just going to connect. Like, look at me and Swirl, for fuck's sakes. We met each other on a fucking space that was hosted by people we don't even talk to anymore, that don't even exist in the grand scheme of really anything. Nobody even knows where they are, for fuck's sakes. We clicked. We drank a bottle of Clase Azul in a fucking hotel room in Las Vegas. We disconnected for a little while, reconnected, and then the rest is fucking history. Like, if you find the right people, if you're just you, real, raw, and open, eventually you're going to mold and mesh and things are going to happen. And that's why I believe you should work with your best friends. You should work with family. I think the old fucking adage of, oh, you should never hire family, you should never hire your friends. Well, why would I want to put on some bum that I just met on Indeed? Wouldn't I want to put on my homie that I've known forever and ever and ever, that I know is a grinder, and I want to put him in a spot that I know he's going to get better? Then that's just going to bring more better people around. I don't know. Just be you. That's all I can think of.
I've seen it work both ways, so I'll agree to disagree, kind of, and agree, because I've seen it work both ways. The other part of that, too, is I'll say this. Don't look, like I said, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing on a daily basis, those people are going to end up in your way, in your path, and you're going to find them along the way as you're trying to create greatness for yourself. That's who you want anyway. You're not looking for people to bring along. You're looking for people along the way and not people to bring along the way, right? That's the whole difference. And once you start finding them, you'll find them at the right time in the right places. Just make sure you don't do anything crazy or stupid. That way you lose them, like we were talking about a little bit earlier. Who's to say, who's to know?
Little first circle for you. One time for the one time. Shout out, D's. We appreciate the question on the show. Pride Stanford, one half of the Grateful Breadhead. Shout out to Kelly O. Stanford as well. I'm sure she's watching us right now. Love you all. Have a blessed week, everyone. We love you too, Mr. Stanford and Mrs. Stanford. We appreciate the hell out of both of you. Thanks for all your love and support. Shout out to InTheKitchenWithPride.com for all your baked delectables and delicacies. Who else we got out there, DWEZYY? I thought I saw a new. Oh, look who it is. Look who found her way over here from J&J. Shout out, Miss Slugbug, or It's Only Me, or changes my name every 5 minutes because I get kicked off of X and have to create a new profile. Who's to say, who's to know? Hope you and the little one are doing great. I know you had that little one just a little while back. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope the fam's doing amazing. It's so great to see you live in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to you. I got my job or two, even though it's Forging Fuel now. We still are fired up. Hey, we played with a little music at the beginning too. We got Swirl One's coffee with light cream and sugar that starts us off on the show every day. So, hey, we got a little tunage in there too. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to you, Slugbug. We appreciate y'all. She loves watching us.
That's awesome. That's cool. I love it.
That's the Bob. Shout out to you. Man, what a great morning. Veterans Day 2024, November the 11th, my friends. Episode 608. I believe that's all we have in store. Got you with a little reaction refinery. First, a little sharpening session, helping you to understand the person you're destined to become. Little reaction refinery, hit you with that quote of the day, letting you know when it's over. A little worry, and that's not my job, babe. Great perspectives and questions from the live chat over there. Shout out to all of you beautiful human beings tuned in live in prime time. 225 concurrent viewers over all of our platforms.
Woo!
We can't thank you
Thank
enough.
you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
It is so humbling. We are forever grateful that you guys continue to show up and help us to push this show forward every single day and continue to build and buy into the super soldier and the 1% mentality. We're just going to keep showing up every single day and growing this and making it bigger, better, faster, stronger. I mean, we were 20, 30 people every single day in a space, and we decided to make a little pivot, a little change, and this is pretty damn cool to have all you guys now being able to tap into this each and every single day and take it into your life, your family's lives, your communities, and into our entire damn world. But my friends, that's all we got for you today. I got some reminders coming your way, but not before we check in with DJ Swirl One. Sir, do you have any final thoughts, closing comments, reminders, perspectives, or anything in between for episode 608?
I think we said a lot today. I think we got a lot out. I'm really excited about it. It started my Monday the right way. There's so much going on in this world. Make sure that you're bringing some light to people today. Hey, share this show if you don't mind. There's got to be something somebody will get out of this. You look around and you're like, you know, I know who's been in a bad mood lately. I'm going to try to send this to them. Maybe they'll catch the hint.
Hey, why are you looking at me?
I didn't say to you. I'm just
I'm not in a bad mood.
I wasn't looking, bro. I wasn't really looking at you. I was just thinking.
Oh, okay.
I was doing the look around your room.
Sorry.
I know. You're actually in a good mood this morning in the green room. I saw that. I seen you get crazy sometimes. It's a little different. You know what I mean? I was at the pool that day. Shout out to the Grandpa Abe Country Club, which, if you don't know, you will know. Me and Cap and DZ will be live tonight on the X app in Spaces. Just bringing all the vibes from the Grandpa Abe Country Club, talking about all the things that happened over the weekend. Maybe getting excited about this. Man, we're getting close to the end of the year already. So many things we got to accomplish. Bitcoin at 80,000. What the? Come on. Wait, told you. Hey, I told somebody last week, hey, you should buy some Bitcoin. They go, gold is a new Bitcoin. I said, put 1,000 in gold, 1,000 in Bitcoin. I'll see you a week. Tell me what's got more. They didn't listen.
81,674.
I'm just saying. Not saying, you know what I mean? Love me some Bitcoin. Shout out to Grandpa Abe Country Club. Shout out to Diamond Hand Media Group. And shout out to everybody who tunes into this, whether you're live on Apple, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube, X app, wherever. I'll see you back tomorrow, ready to go. I got a busy day, meeting after meeting after meeting, plus the house cleaners are coming, so I got to get all this stuff handled. So, Cap, great morning. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, buddy. Appreciate you bringing those vibes, good thoughts,
Another
good
one.
perspective, that high level Swirl One energy to the show as per usual. Nobody else I'd rather bring these perspectives to the world with each and every day. I look forward to continuing. Bye bye. Shout out to you, Swirl One. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday, unless you have any other plans, which I know you don't. So go crush that shit. As for all of you beautiful humming beings, tuning in live in prime time here to episode 608, a couple of things I'd like to remind you of. You just heard Swirl One say it, but once again, we will be live in prime time on GAC XDHMG Monday Madness Spaces, live in prime time, hosted from the @Grandpa Ape CC account. I will be in the co-host spot behind the DHMG account, and that is live in prime time at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It is already reposted from the Diamond Hand account and posted on the Grandpa Ape account if you would like to like it and repost it yourself, and maybe even set a reminder and slide through, and we'll say, how do you do, a little later this evening. Also, another show you might want to take a gander at. That boy, oh boy, we're already teeing up for an electric show this Wednesday. Decoding the Divide, our weekly red pill live stream. Rabbit hole diving, truth seeking this week. Just getting you a little prepared. We're talking JFK. Oh, and guess what? As soon as I started having those thoughts, so my post that I put out a long time ago, somebody commented on it and said, by golly goodness, I think you have found the truth. I was up all night last night in this rabbit hole. You are insane. I said, you just wait till I bring it live in prime time on Wednesday. I'm telling you about JFK. Maybe we'll talk about those Beverly Hill fires. I don't know. But the whole point is to decode the divide and get the fuck out of the matrix and help us understand why there is so much division in this world. So tune into that live from X and Rumble via the DHM group. Also, you might want to join the network. You might want to get more involved. You might want to bring some value. You might need some high-level humming beings in your life that help you build a business, help you get to where you want to be personally, mentally, physically, financially. Well, join the Diamond Hand fam in the gateway today. Start your journey. Begin the super soldier path. And let's see you level up day after day, even if only by 1%, baby. Because we've seen so many people do it all the doggone time, even the producer of this show. So many people have begun to shine. So why can't you do it too? Join us in the gateway, 7-day free trial. Check it out, baby. If you're looking for the links for that, or if you're looking for the links for our merch store like Mine and Shine Apparel, which there will be updates to soon, or maybe any other various links, you can go to this episode's description right down there. Or if you're listening to this show, you can find it in the episode's description as well. And if you haven't already, hit a subscribe, hit a notification, hit a like button, hit a heart, hit a repost, hit a quote post, leave a comment, share this bad boy out, hit another like, all those good things. If you could just please take a second while you're on your morning stroll to put the old fucking like button in a stranglehold and say, you better fucking just smash the shit out of that motherfucker. And then you might even see that quote post, say, oh, cool, fucking cool, and just put them all over the doggone timeline. Just beat the shit out of those buttons one time for the one time. Who's to say, who's to know? We certainly appreciate you. See, you don't want to get me. Don't let me fucking have one of those buttons. Who's to say, who's to know? Just beat the shit out of those buttons for us one time for the one time. We certainly appreciate the hell out of you for doing that and helping this show grow and flow each and every day. But my friends, that's all I got to remind you. Whoa, wait a minute. I guess I got 3 more, baby. Number 1, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. So stop banging your rattle on your high chair, unclick out of that son of a bitch, and get back to work. Number 2, even a dead fish can go with the flow. So stop drifting downstream and try turning around and using those fins that God blessed you with for a change. And number 3, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for investing your time here this morning at episode 608. In every episode that you invest your time with us, we'll continue to pay it back to you and give you that high quality ROI by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours, baby. Can't thank you enough for setting the change, being the new precedent that we want to see not only on X, YouTube, Rumble, but in this entire wide world, baby. Thank you for being super soldiers. Thank you for being 1%ers. And to you that are the foundation of the OGs of what we do every single day, thank you for being the Diamond Hand fam. We'll catch you on the flip side once again tonight. GAX XDHMG Monday Madness Spaces, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Or we'll see you at another show before then. Maybe a Discord, maybe a VC, maybe a DM group chat, hell, maybe the Gateway, or wherever you find yourself on the consistent, persistent pursuit of pioneering your passions, baby. But for now, my friends, we bid thee adieu, and we say unto you, have a magnificent rest of your Monday, unless you have any other plans. Peace and love.